Dr. Page.
How you doing, sir? You must be Austin.
I'm Austin Ellinger. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How are you doing today?
We're a little busy, a little swamped here at the office, but not too bad. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. Start off by saying I appreciate you taking your time to talk to me. I know you're a busy man, so I'm not going to take up too much of your time, but Debbie mentioned hopefully that I was going to be coming in.
That's right. Yeah, Debbie's great. How do you know Debbie?
She was actually went to the same high school, and I was visiting here in Peachtree City, and I saw her at a restaurant. So we reconnected a little bit, and she told me there was she was working here, obviously, and was telling me about that. So she said something about the payroll processing system. I told her I worked for ADP Run, and that's why the reason I'm here to talk to you a little bit about that. I wasn't sure if she went into depth or anything.
Yeah, we definitely will. We've been having a couple issues with our expansion because we just opened a new location over in Peachtree City.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, actually the one that Debbie works at. And,
okay.
And so we're having a couple problems with that.
Yeah.
As far as the expanding of the business, but
right, yeah, she said a little bit about that, but she didn't really say too much. So I kind of wanted to just tell you about how we may be able to help out, your company. If you have any concerns with anything that's going on right now, hopefully we can cover those, and hopefully it'll be a beneficial meeting for you. But I'm looking forward to it. So you said you're expanding. Right now, or are you in the process of it?
Yeah, we just opened the other branch, and basically what we're doing now is we're trying to open a third branch, and we have about a 3-year plan to get that done.
Okay.
But we're not quite there yet. So, but basically the way that our payroll system works is, we're me and my wife run the businesses, and she's our HR and payroll manager, so she does the bulk of the work with
So she handles most of the payroll processing?
She does. I kind of work on the everyday office things, and she takes care of the payroll stuff. So
okay. So you guys still are planning on expanding, you said, in the next 3 years?
Yeah, with our third branch, yeah, that's what we're planning.
Okay. So. How many employees do you guys have?
We have 20 at the branch in Newnan and 15 here in Peachtree City.
Okay. And how many with the third branch? How many employees are you planning on getting at that location?
We'll probably look to do the same kind of deal that we've done here, about 15 to 20 employees, and about 5 to 10 doctors on site. So.
Okay. How do your employees feel about this expansion?
Well, I think they like that the business is growing, and obviously that that we're getting a higher frequency of patients and more people coming in. But the thing that they're really struggling with, and that we've gotten a couple complaints about over the last couple weeks, just with the opening of the new branch, is basically, sometimes we're not paying the employees on time because we're having issues, or Ellen's having issues with, the check's not being the right amount, or, it's basically just a big time thing. We have 2 really young kids.
Okay.
So that takes up a lot of her time too.
So what would you say the main issues are with the current system that you guys have right now?
I would say that our main concerns is that the business is just getting a little bit too big to be managed by Ellen, and then also, we're trying to be timely about paying all of our employees and everything, and we're trying to do it at the same time so that she, what I'm focusing on right now is getting Ellen to kind of focus on the hiring for the new branch, so that's what I want her to be focused on.
So you want her to be more of the HR part of it, hiring, training, is that what you're saying?
I think I'd like her to spend more time there, just because that's the most influential way she can really impact the company. But that's what I'm looking for. So my main concern, and I don't know if this is even a possibility, but we're looking for something that is a little bit more price effective.
Right.
Because
Okay.
right now with our plans, we have a goal to get as far as what we need to open the new branch. And so we're looking right now, just like every program that we have, to look for ways to cut back on costs a little bit,
Right.
make that more of a reality for us to be opening a new branch in the next couple of years here. So
Okay. So you say your main issue would be, or concern I should say, is price,
price, yes.
and then time after that. Maybe freeing up some of your wife's time to.
Well, yeah, I'm looking for something that will solve our problems,
Okay.
and obviously just allow us to run it more efficiently with the business.
Okay.
So, but what's your program?
Well, okay, yeah, I kind of wanted to hear what your concerns were, so we could kind of, move in the right direction with how our program could effectively help your business. One of the big things that our current users like is that it does save them a lot of time, because they're in the same situation you are with. They might have an accountant or somebody else that's already working for them, that's taking care of the payroll, where their time could be put elsewhere. There's something more important to help the business succeed. So freeing up people's time is huge. How much time does your wife, how much time does she put towards the payroll processing?
Probably about 25 hours a week.
Okay.
That's her normal schedule, about 25 to 30 hours a week that she works.
Okay. Yeah. Well, let me actually have it on my phone right here. If you want me to show.
Yeah. How's it gonna? Yeah, you said it's gonna free up some of our time.
Right. Let me show you.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll just show you how easy it is to use. If this is the beginning. You just click on payroll right there. This is how fast it is. What's your payroll on? Is it
It's bi-weekly.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you just start, put your starting date on there, and for the period to start. So after you do that, you'll hit start like that, and it shows you just like that. It shows you all of your employees and how much money they're going to be needing for the pay period.
Wow. What are the differences here? One says hours and it's just like salary.
Right, exactly. Okay. Just depending on how your employees get paid, if they're on salary, if they're on the same payment every time, if they're on hourly,
So you guys can differentiate all that stuff.
You have to differentiate it at the beginning by typing in. You can go on a computer, type in your employees' names.
Okay.
Tell us how they're getting paid.
Gotcha.
Their hourly wage or their salary, etc. And you can actually even do that on your phone. So when you first start out the program, that's the most time-consuming part is filling in all your employees' information.
Right. It wouldn't take us that long with just.
I'd say you have about 45 employees, so that should take maybe 2 hours. But that's a one-time thing, unless you fire and hire, which hopefully is not all the time.
No, yeah, we want to keep a lot of stability. So
right, so yeah, that's a one-time thing. So that'll free up a ton of your time right there, and it's just that easy. I mean.
So and then y'all process the payroll.
We do process it.
Okay.
And yeah, if you can even you got employees right there.
So what happens when I click on?
You click on the employee right there.
Okay.
It has all their information. Their hours, their pay type, the frequency. That. So it's very easy to use. I'm sure you're busy. Your wife's
around all the time.
Yeah, your wife seems to be busy. So this would be great. There's not really any other programs like this that run this well. I mean, this is a smooth program. And then you said price was your next issue, which I wanted to get into because not only is this a smooth program, but it's also very price effective. You said you had 45 employees?
Yeah, we've got 45 total employees.
Okay. So that would be well, first you have to do a $150 implementation fee, and then that's
So
a
it's-
one-time fee.
Okay.
It's $150. After that, it would be about $2,000 a year, with the size, of the employees that you have, with the amount of employees that you have.
$2,000 a year.
Yeah.
Okay.
But compared to our competitors, the price varies. Some of them are higher, some of them are lower. But I promise you that there's not a better system than the one that we have. And it'll free up, so much time for your wife, as well as you. If that $2,000 can go a long way.
Mm-hmm.
How much money are you spending right now for your current system?
Well, our software was about $1,500, and we
Okay.
redo that every year to keep up to date.
Okay.
And then my wife, obviously, she works about 25 to 30 hours, like I said, a week. So pretty much that's what we have invested in the payroll solutions process right now. But so you're saying that yours, how do y'all charge us? Is it by how much we use the app, or
It's just how many employees you have is how we charge you. It differs.
how often? Or is there is it a by payroll process or?
Oh yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. I'm sorry.
okay.
It's about $55 per payroll processing period.
Okay.
So yeah, if I did the math correctly, it would be a little under $2,000. Which, if you think about it, your wife spends a lot of time, doing things where she could be putting her time elsewhere.
Yeah.
Maybe making more money for the company. So that could easily cancel out that few extra.
Yeah. Well, no wonder working on the HR stuff more. So.
Right, exactly. So if she hires the right employees, that could in the long run it could decrease your costs.
So what all devices am I looking at using this thing on? Is it just for my phone or?
I'm glad you asked that. Do you have an iPhone?
I do. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Like
My
I just
wife
showed
has
you.
a BlackBerry though.
She does have a BlackBerry.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
She hasn't upgraded yet.
She hasn't.
No.
That's all right. You don't need the upgrade.
Okay.
The BlackBerry, it can work on BlackBerry. It can work on Android. Work on your iPhone.
Okay. So basically any phone.
I see your iPad right there. It can work on that too. It can work on your computer. It's a very simple to use program. If you're on the run, which you said you're very busy, you're on vacation, with your family, you can use it anywhere.
Okay.
It's very simple, just like I showed you. It doesn't get much better than that. What are your other options that you've been considering?
Well, we've been looking at obviously a couple other payroll solution companies. We've been looking at the possibility of getting a personal accountant or company accountant to run the books and stuff.
How much would that cost you?
We were doing some research. It would probably cost us about anywhere from 60 to 80,000.
Really?
Put somebody on salary for the job. Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah.
So that's a big difference.
Yeah.
Compared to this, what would make you hire an accountant over getting a system like this?
I think just the personal aspect to the accountant that I see. I'm a guy. All these screens are too much for me. I just want somebody that can kind of have in the office.
Okay.
But at the same time, I don't know. We're keeping our possibilities open. So,
right.
So.
Well, with our system, there's still a payroll manager that's in the office, which could be your wife. So there would be somebody still there, and somebody that you could obviously trust being your wife.
Somebody that has to run it or.
Right. Exactly. And input the different information. So she could still, be the payroll manager. It would just take a lot of time off her hands with signing in all the sheets for the every week for
that's what I mean. I just need
doing the time cards. Yeah. So there would still be
I
a
know she
person.
complains about those time cards all the time.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's a very timely process, and that's why we wanted to come in and maybe see if we could help you out. So there's still going to be somebody in the office working.
That's important. Okay.
Right, and you said you wanted to expand, so hire an accountant, $60,000 to $80,000 a year. Would that deter you from being able to expand if you did hire an accountant?
I think it would definitely. We'd have to cut back in more areas, or cut back more in the programs that we're already looking and cutting back on. So, yeah, I think it could push it back a little bit as far as getting the new branch opened. So
Okay.
That's a good point that you make there. Yeah.
What about your current method? Would you be able to expand in the time that you wanted to? You said in the next 2 or 3 years. Would you be able to expand using your current method of payroll processing?
I mean, we would get there as far as the price thing, but the only thing for me that's concerning is, I want to just, obviously, it's too much for her to handle right now.
Right.
I just want to get it in some way that is a little bit more organized, where we can, she can have more time to do other things. So that's my main thing, and really just because of the kids and the new branch that's going to be opening up. So,
okay.
My main concern, though, and I'm glad you told me about my wife still being able to be the payroll manager.
Right.
That was a big thing I want her to still be able to run the payroll.
Okay.
The thing for me is, I'm not really big on online banking and stuff like that. What's the security aspect of the system that is it?
I'm glad you asked that. Our customers are big on our security. It's very tight security. You have password, username for everything, and you could have your own password. Your wife could have her own, and whoever else you wanted to put on in the system to be able to use it.
So it's only us that have access to it.
It can be as many people as you would like.
Okay.
Typically, it's about 2 to 3 people. Just in case someone's out or sick, somebody else can step up and do it real quick on there.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a big part of it. I was gonna tell you, and further into our security, we do have a company that backs us, that takes care of our whole security. So it's not us. With the security aspect, there's this company behind us that's working on it.
Okay.
And let's say you use it on the iPhone.
Mm-hmm.
You leave your phone somewhere or something like that, and the program's still up. If there's a certain amount of inactivity, or a certain time of inactivity that happened, then it immediately cancels out.
Oh, so they won't, even if they steal my phone or something, they won't be
Right, they won't be able to get on, and you already have your username. If you forget to log out on your phone or your tablet, and you try to log back in, or you try to get back on the program without logging out, you have to type in a password every time you get back on the program.
Okay.
So it's a very secure system.
My other concern is it gonna handle all of my needs from a payroll and HR standpoint? I mean, is it going to cover tax compliance? Because I know she spends a lot of time doing that too.
Right. Yeah, we are tax compliant. It'll take care of all your needs with that. You won't have to worry about any of that stuff. That's why we're here, is to take care of you. Make sure your business keeps expanding. Cut some of those costs so you're able to expand.
Yeah.
That's why we're here. What would you say? I know you said you want to be flexible. You said you're busy. If ADP could provide you with a platform to process your payroll, on your cell phone or on your tablet, giving you both convenience and flexibility, does that sound like that would be a benefit to you and your company?
I think it definitely would. I think more important than that, though, is what you told me about price. If it is what you say it's going to be with that, then it does look like we will be saving some money there.
Okay.
I mean, it sounds great. You know, I love the iPhone. I love, even though I don't know half the stuff how to use it.
Right.
You know, I like having it, and I would like the idea of being able to do that kind of stuff, like input employee information and stuff like that through my phone. So
Good.
I do like it. The price stuff that you're saying, you have anything to show me on that? You got that?
Yeah, we actually have. I can send you something. There's a chart with the the number of employees, how much it is per payroll processing.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I can send you something on that.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna keep in touch with you, and I'll send you that brochure, and
just so I can look at some specifics on it, because I've already done some research. I mean, just talking to y'all, you did a great job of answering some of my questions about it, because I didn't know anything about it since the last way we did it. So I just want to sit down, look at the price, make sure it's something that we can do, and we can go from there. So.
Okay, well, good. I appreciate you.
Thanks for coming in, Austin.
Thank you for your time.
Appreciate it.
See you, Dr. Page. Yep.